it's Thursday morning, and we are trying to put this rock down for this parking lot. Y'all might remember, if you've been watching the channel, all this right here used to be trees. And I don't know, probably last September, October, they're already cut. They had us remove them. We did cut some trees down in that corner. We removed all these trees out here. Took like 6 or 7 dumpsters out of here, and had a guy come in and ground up these stumps, and was supposed to be putting in a gravel parking lot for them back here, and then was going to redo that for grass. And you know, it just kind of, it never happened. You know, we didn't know if they changed their mind or whatever, but anyways, they did tell us, you know, a couple months back they were still looking at doing it. They just wasn't for sure the timing of it. So luckily we was able to you know, still do this job, because it's been a couple months. When something goes that long, you know, you kind of wonder if you're even going to be able to get it. But anyways, it worked out. So we came in here this morning. We were originally supposed to do this job tomorrow, but our dump truck driver had to get it in today, so we had to change things up. And you know, that kind of like that video I was talking about, the projects versus reoccurring. I mean, this is one of those things. See, you got to have other trades involved here with the dump truck driver. We had him scheduled for Friday. Well, something happened in his schedule, and he needed to do it today. We only have the skid steer for 2 more weeks, y'all, and we have, I think, 4 more jobs sold with it. So we thought about maybe pushing it, but you know, don't really know if we're going to have that kind of time before we have to turn the skid steer in, or just rent it for another week. So, but anyways, it's still going to be okay. You know, it's not ideal. You know, ideally we had this figured, perfect case scenario. We'd come in here, scrape all that out, come back here, scrape all this out like we started doing over there, and then probably bring a Harley rake in here and turn this over, and you know, get it the best we can before we put down some seed and fertilizer and hay. But you know, things don't always go as planned. So what's going on right now is the dump truck driver got stuck. So that's some real good topsoil, if y'all seen that up there. Real good topsoil. And I didn't have time to push, you know what I mean, what probably needed to be pushed out into here. We got a little pile there, y'all see. That's really got a lot of debris in it. Dump truck driver showed up, comes in and gets stuck down here, ended up having to dump it, and we had to push him out. So now this whole first load right here is basically just getting, it's not really getting wasted, but we're having to just sprinkle it around to try to get him some traction. And of course it's going to have a lot of dirt in it now, but you know, we wanted to put it on here pretty thick for him anyway. So we're basically just trying to take this first load and sprinkle it around, so when he gets back in here next time, hopefully he don't get stuck. He can back in here and try to spread it, you know what I mean, best we can. We had this job figured for 4 loads, and like I said, the first load's basically going to go down as kind of as a base. But it's pretty wet out here still from the rain we had yesterday, y'all. But you can see it's kind of, it's tacky. But anyways, so the goal today for us is to get this parking lot put in. We came and sprayed it, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, and then went ahead and scraped all the debris and stuff off of it. Of course, we'll have to keep it up. Ideally, I would have liked to have sprayed it one more time, just because we did rip up the layer, you know what I mean, of soil. I'd have liked to put some spray on it one more time, but you know, we didn't bring any, so we'll just have to keep it up. We'll have to maintain it. I mean, we're here every week now cutting grass, so we can keep it touched up. But yeah, so the goal for us today is to get this parking lot done. And I don't know, we may go ahead and scrape all this out. Depends on what the weather's gonna do. But we gotta get back to mowing, because we're still a day behind. Well, what we decided to do with this second load is, because like I said, we had it figured for 4, but the first load kind of went horribly wrong. But we got most of it back in there so the dump truck driver could get some traction. We decided just to dump the second load and let us go ahead and feather this in around the building and around the fence where he's not going to be able to spread it anyway because of those limbs and stuff. So we'll just try to get this. It's kind of hard, you know what I mean? Dump truck driver having to start and stop. I mean, I get it. It's not that big of an area, so we can definitely just do it, you know, like we're doing it here if we have to do the whole thing like this. But got a little bit of rock out here. Tried to get as much as we could up. We'll just have to hide that best we can, waste it. I mean, you know, is what it is. This place has got a lot of good topsoil up here around this tree. I wish we'd have, you know, if we'd have had a little bit more time, and you know, we could have tried to dig a little bit more of this topsoil out for this back area, but you know, you don't know what you don't know. But anyways, didn't know that. I mean, I just, until we got here. But anyways, man, we're making progress right here. This is going to end up being an all-day event. By the amount of time it takes for the truck driver to get back, it's taking a little bit longer than what we anticipated. So, you know, probably over an hour round trip. You know, it's not going to take us an hour to spread this gravel. So kind of feel like we're just wasting time here. So I don't know, we may end up splitting up, because when he spreads all that gravel, he can come back here and continue to push this debris to the back. And I don't know if we're going to bury it or what we're going to do. All this right here, you know, can be kind of spread out. It's got a lot of bad stuff, you know, junk in it, but it's good dirt. I mean, you know, so might try to sprinkle some of that out around here. And you know, we were thinking, do we power rake it up? But that's the problem with renting the equipment with our time. You know, we got an 8-hour job sold with a Harley rake, and we were going to use it here. I don't know if we may try to get away with not using it here, scrape all this stuff off, try to, you know, sift through that, maybe just take the teeth, dig it down, and just back drag, kind of rip this up, and then just float the bucket back over it just to rip it up a little bit, and then go ahead and try to seed it. I really don't know what exactly is going to happen here. To be honest with you, financially, what would be the best thing for us right now in the shape that we're in is one of two things. I could go get the Harley rake right now, and we could just rent it for today and take it back this evening. We could get this job 100% completed and done, and you know, go that route. I could call Tyler and see if I could get him to come blow the hay for us this evening, or we just try to do it all with a skid steer, no Harley rake, spend the rest of the day here and see if, again, it all kind of depends on if he can come blow the hay for us. But I don't really know which route we're going to take right now, but we're definitely making progress, and it's going to look good. So it'll all work out. It's just, you know, a lot to think about, trying to make sure we're making money and making the most we can make on each job. So, but anyways, hopefully it all turns out good.